ladies, gentlemen, kids, parents, what do we do?
Grandchildren of the
Grandchildren.
future or not.
You decide.
Whatever.
Not up to us at this point. We have a very special guest here with us today. We have Hazel Nichol. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Good.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. You're new to Toronto, right?
Yes, just moved here. Officially, I moved in November, but then did a lot of back and forth. I was working back in BC for all of December, so I've kind of officially been here since the beginning of January. So
Okay.
Very fresh.
yeah, just
What
a couple
brought you
months.
here?
I was ready for a change.
Okay.
Vancouver, I'd been there for 4 years. I went and moved there for school from Interior, BC. So I moved there for school. I did 2 years at BCIT, and then I went to the medical field. So I was working full-time medical field for the last couple of years through COVID, post-COVID. And then, yeah, just realized it was time for change, time for something new. Vancouver was kind of tapped out for me. And
Okay.
I feel like everybody I know who like comes from Vancouver is like, I fucking hate Vancouver compared to Toronto.
They either love it or they hate it.
I
Everybody
love
loves
Vancouver.
Toronto more than Vancouver.
Yeah.
I do love Vancouver for so many reasons, but it's just the city is like, it's a different city, right? It doesn't have the same opportunities here. It's not the same kind of collaborative hustle culture.
Yeah.
So
Everyone I know who loves Vancouver is granola as fuck.
Granola are super fucking
Like,
hippie.
oh, I'm in the
yeah.
mountains today. I got my granola bars with me. Look at this
Yeah.
mountain. I just hiked for 18 hours. I'm sweating. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit on my couch and be hungover today, but sure.
Yeah. I feel like everybody from Vancouver is either like ridiculously hippie or granola.
Yeah.
And that's like not here at all. We have
Yeah.
hippies in Toronto actually, but like not Vancouver
the same way.
hippies. Vancouver hippies are different. Okay, wait.
Feel
so
different.
you were in the medical field? What were you doing? Were you a
yeah,
nurse?
X-ray tech.
Oh
So I
shit.
went
Okay,
went
that's
into
sick.
medical imaging as my like career job. I graduated high school, didn't really know what I wanted to do, so chose something kind of I was like, this is interesting enough. It was something my mom, of course, our parents know us best.
That's how it
They're like, you
goes.
should do this. You'd be really good at it. And for years I was like, ugh, leave me alone, mom. And then finally kind of came around. I was like, no, you're right, of course. And then looked into it and then got in, and it was a super competitive entry when I actually went in before COVID. So we had like 500 applicants for 80 seats
Oh, no
in our
shit.
program. So I wasn't expecting to get in. So it was a bit of a like, oh, okay, I got in. Guess we're going. So quick transition, moved to Vancouver, and then powered through 2 years. It's like 24 months continuous.
Oh
Like,
shit.
no rest, no breaks. You have like 10 courses a semester. It's
Terrible.
It's very accelerated and condensed. So just 2 like jam-packed years of school and then right into work. Like
Damn.
post-COVID. I mean, we were mid-COVID when I graduated. So we graduated on August 27th and started working August 28th. It was like one day to the
shit.
next. You're right into it. So yeah.
So you're done with that now.
Yeah. So with this move, I kind of let that go. There's a lot of, you have to do a lot of things. Like you have to get this provincial license to
Yeah.
work here in Ontario and stuff. So with this move, I kind of just took a big step back from that,
Yeah.
kind of fully quit that. I can always go back to it, but
Yeah.
I decided to really just lean into the fitness side of life, and because that's always been more where my passion is.
Yeah. So let's talk about fitness then for a little bit. So are you running like is your thing online? Are you doing everything in person? What's the vibe?
So I do everything. I work in person at a gym. I do group classes and personal training.
God
And
bless. Oh my God.
Yeah, and then online coaching as well. So I'm doing everything right now. I'm working a lot of jobs, kind of juggling everything that I can.
How are you managing it?
A little sleep,
Yeah.
long days.
Yeah.
Just trying to kind of fit everything into each day.
Where are you training out of? Like, are you training out of a specific gym or like studio?
Unity Fitness,
Oh, nice.
Harbourfront. Yeah.
So
So
you didn't come with me to that, but it's really.
I've been there before.
It's
I've been
really
there before.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's stunning.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I used to go to Altea.
Okay.
If you're familiar with.
I went to
and
Altea
like
in Vancouver.
I would say like similar
yeah.
style of like upper scale gym, but Unity was like quieter.
Bro, and Unity's
way
cheaper,
quieter. It's
too.
way cheaper.
Yeah,
cheaper.
Yeah, Altea just kind of washed out now. I would say.
You think so?
Unity
It's still nice, but I think it's overpriced for what it is.
Oh my God, it's so overpriced.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
Unity it's such a good price for the space.
Yeah.
Like that building is beautiful. Even when it's busy, because the ceilings are so high, it never feels that busy. And
True, yeah.
we've got the cold plunge now. There's the pool.
I love
There's
the basketball court. That's like
Yeah,
the best
there's the
part.
whole
You never see
court.
that anywhere here.
Yeah, it's a nice space. Like I quite enjoy being there, and with all the classes and stuff, like they offer a lot.
It's you do classes there as well as personal training and all that. How did you get into Unity? Did you know that before you moved to the city, or did you just kind of move here and
No,
wing
so
it?
I have a friend that also teaches at a couple different gyms, and he works out there sometimes. So he brought me and was like, "You should come try out this gym. It's super nice. I'll introduce you to the managers." And then so I met them, and I was like, "Hey guys, you looking for another coach?" So yeah, I just kind of worked out there a few times, made sure I really liked the place, and then started doing some PT there. So it's been good. I quite like it.
So I feel like with Toronto, there's like a hierarchy of gyms, and like more, there is, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah,
you have
absolutely.
like these like structures of it. So where do you think Unity
Absolutely.
falls? And like, or have you like tried other gyms in Toronto?
I haven't. No, I've been nowhere. Like
Just Unity?
I've been to a couple. I've been to a couple different ones. Like we did an activation at Jungle last week
cool, okay.
for Celsius.
Yeah.
It's over. I can't remember what street it's on. It's like it's upstairs, like a smaller studio style.
Yeah.
But they do like boxing, group classes, weight training. It's a cool little spot. It was like for International Women's Day, so it was an event for that. But no, I really like. We have a good gym in our building as well.
Cool.
So kind of I was just using that.
Yeah.
And then also trained at Pure a little bit before, like Pure Fitness, right by the stadium there. So trained there a little bit before I started at Unity, but now that I'm working there, it's why would I go
doesn't
anywhere
make
else?
Also, to
sense.
schlep out of the city to go to Pure is crazy.
So far.
Yeah, so
That's-
crazy.
That's like a day trip though. You
Yeah.
go with your friends, you make it fun. Like
Pure's like going to shit now. I don't know if you've like heard about that, or like maybe you've heard about this more. because
which
you're-
Pure are you talking about?
which
Pure
one?
Muscle
Yeah,
or
Pure Muscle,
okay?
yeah. Which one are you talking about?
There's one. It's right by the stadium downtown. It's Pure Fitness.
Oh, we're
no.
talking about a different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pure, do you know what Pure
I was
Muscle
talking
is?
about Pure Muscle.
that one's like that one's
Yeah,
so well
that's like-
known, but
It's like going to. It's like
I've
going
heard that too.
to shit.
I've heard that too.
Yeah, they're like the brothers like gotten like a big beef, and like they like split their shit up.
it's so well known for being such an awesome gym. I've
That was
never
like
even
the
been.
spot. All the
Well,
all the
they're
big
like
fitness
they opened
influencers
another
live
one,
here.
the Pure Athletic Club in like Barrie now. So like where
Oh,
athletic
interesting.
culture is, they like literally put a gym in across the street.
Crazy.
And it's like like Dorian literally
Yeah.
put a gym in there. I don't really know them that well, so I don't know if I should be even speaking on them. But you know, they had like a big falling out between the two of them, and then so Noah kept the Burlington one, and then Dorian opened a new one in Barrie.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's like a full
Yeah.
full thing. Everybody I know who goes there now is like, I don't know, they're like everything's falling apart.
Yeah.
Like, the equipment's not the same. They took all like the merchandise and shit out of like the front lobby. Like, yeah, it's like not good. I haven't been in months, but yeah, it's crazy. I don't really know. Like gym culture in Toronto is so different though compared to anywhere else.
Yeah.
When you were in Vancouver, did you train at West Coast Iron?
Again, it was like it's a trek out of the city, so we would do like
True.
a day. We'd be
Yeah,
like grab the girls, we'd make a day
Yeah.
trip out of it, go out there and do like a savage leg day.
Yeah.
Spend 3 hours in the gym, go get food after kind of thing. So
Yeah.
once in a while, but it would be go with the friends and like make a day out of it on the weekend. But I was right downtown, like I was in Kits,
Sure, okay.
and I worked at a personal training like studio style gym there, so which was right across the street from my house. So of course.
How'd you get? Oh, I was gonna say, how'd you get into training in the first place? What's the origin story of that?
I've kind of been in fitness my entire life. Like I was a competitive gymnast through my childhood, growing up, and then switched to dance through high school. So I was dancing like 30 hours a week all through high school. And then after I graduated, I was like, okay, I need what's next, right?
Yeah,
Because activity had always been such a huge part of my life. And then that's how I kind of found the gym. My boyfriend at the time was into lifting, and it kind of got me into lifting, and I got into boxing a little bit as well. So that's kind of how I found it. And of course, we spend those years like figuring out what the heck is going on. You look back at videos and you're like, oh my God, what was I doing?
What's a tip you'd give to somebody who wants to get into the gym? Because I know there's a lot of people who want to, but they're oftentimes scared, intimidated. The gym can be scary if you don't know what you're doing, and there's just big
Just go.
meat monkeys walking around.
Just go. Find a friend and just go. It's, again, I think an important thing to realize is that everybody is there for themselves,
Yeah.
and nobody's looking at you as much as you think they're looking at you. We're all the main character in our own little world, and nobody cares what you're doing. The amount of weird crap I do in the gym,
Yeah.
You ever heard
I'm
of
walking around in my
exposure therapy?
socks. Exactly.
Have you ever heard of exposure therapy? At
Dive
the gym?
in.
So like you go for like
Yeah.
15 minutes, just like walk on a treadmill, and then go home, and then
Yeah.
go back again, and like go do like one set of something.
That's a great
and,
way
like,
to
just
do it,
integrate
too.
yourself into just being there, and then eventually you get comfortable.
Yeah, or if you have, it depends on the layout of your gym, but a lot of the time, if you can find get on a Stairmaster, get on a treadmill with a good vantage point. You can do your cardio, you can get some movement in and get, again, exposure therapy to get comfortable in the space. But then you can also start looking around being like, okay, they're the leg machines, they're the upper body. That's kind of where people do the Olympic lifting. This is where I feel like I could be comfortable and just learn the layout and kind of what things are used for just by watching, and then getting comfortable in the space, I think is a great way to do it.
For sure. I think that the gym is like one of those places like that you need to, like, you don't really go, how do I put this? You have like two directions when you're like in your mid 20s, and it's like, you're either going to be like super into the gym, or you're like a complete degenerate.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you can find the balance between being the two, and I feel like Toronto, you kind of have to have that balance of like maintaining some level of health, and then like, because it's such a party city at the same time, especially if you're like downtown, King West, whatever, you need to find that balance. Have you had that experience yet in Toronto? Have you
The party side?
Yeah, the party
Not
side.
at all. I've been out like 3 times since I got here. Again, I don't know that many people, and I'm just so tired by the time the weekend comes around. I don't want to do anything. It's 9:00 and I want to go to bed.
That's fair. So what's like a typical day look like for you if you're training, you're coaching? Because I feel like people don't really understand how much effort actually goes into it, and they don't realize, even when you're running your own business, even if it is online, how much like you're really straining yourself from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed. What's like a typical day look like?
These past few weeks have been pretty hectic. I've kind of started like a 9 to 5 as well, like as a remote job. So Tuesday, for example, I taught my group classes at 6:15 a.m. and 7:30 a.m. So I'm up at 4:30, leaving my house at just after 5, get to the gym at 5:30 to set up my room, teach my 6:15 and my 7:30, and then clean up, get online at 9:00, work 9 to 5, and then take care of all my online clients and stuff after work. So had some very long days recently.
Yeah. Are you doing day-to-day check-ins with your clients or with your
No,
online
weekly
clients?
check-ins, weekly, but again, it's day-to-day maintenance. And especially this last week, we were switching everyone from one platform to another. So I had to transfer all of my clients, all of their programming, make sure everyone was understanding how to use the new app, how to do check-ins on the new app. So a lot of work this week just to manage everything and everyone, and also being 3 hours ahead here from a lot of my clients.
Oh shit!
People are texting me at like 10, 11, 12 here, and I'm trying to get back to them so that they can have their questions answered. But it's 7 p.m. for them and not here. So.
You have a good following on social media. Have you found that that's helped with the coaching, with like people showing up to your classes or finding clients?
Yes and no. I think it's so dependent because, again, a lot of my following is in the States and back in Vancouver. As, just kind of meeting people and like becoming more of a Toronto person now.
Yeah.
Again, I don't have much of an audience here. So I think, I always make an effort to, when I post things, like tag Unity so they can repost and stuff. Yeah. But I think a lot of it too is just like the other trainers that I work with. So our training managers, he's amazing, and he like hypes. When I first started, he was hyping me up in all his classes. So he's like sending people to
That's nice.
like go try her class. It's gonna be good. So just super supportive, which has been really, really nice. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you guys know the social media, the struggles. It's a full-time job in itself to be done.
So it's literally my full-time job now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Chris just quit his job. So
that's amazing. Congrats.
He's doing it
super exciting.
It's literally a full-time job, let alone managing with what you do with everything else. I can't imagine.
And you're feeling good about it? You're happy?
Yeah, I'm happy with it. It just frees up time.
This is like his like dream.
This is my dream.
This guy loves to make internet videos. That's like his like all he ever wanted to do.
My
was
king.
like
It's my king.
You say it's your king?
It's my king.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
What's so obviously moving from Vancouver to here is a big shift in like lifestyle and stuff. What's a tip you'd give to somebody who's thinking of making that move? Because I'm sure there's a lot of people in Vancouver who've thought about moving to Toronto. Would you recommend it? How did you get here?
Or
What's
vice
really
versa.
Everyone
I've talked
Toronto
to
wants
why
to go
did
to
you
Vancouver.
come?
Exactly.
Everyone that I've talked to, like, why did you come this way? Everyone wants to go to Vancouver. I would say just do it.
Yeah.
Again, especially if you're young, if you have the freedom, if you don't have kids and a house, like, what's stopping you? And you can always come back.
What's been the biggest struggle of that jump?
Oh, that's a good question. It's honestly been fairly easy transition-wise. I think, just kind of coming here. Again, I'm used to being very busy all the time.
Yeah.
So coming here and then, switching careers, kind of I had a few weeks where I was much more idle than I'm used to
Yeah.
being. Not obviously I work a lot and I like to make myself busy. So those few weeks where I felt like I was doing nothing were very tough
Yeah.
for me because I feel useless
We were
if
talking about
I'm
this the other day.
idle. So downtime is really
Yeah.
hard for me. So kind of coming here, like starting a new life, figuring out what you're going to do in this new place is,
It's a lot.
but yeah, it was hard just for me as a person, where some people were like, this is great. This is like vacation. But
I can't do it.
I feel like a piece of shit. So
Yeah, I know. I get
How
that.
did you like what did you do to fill that time, or how did you power through it? Because some people just get stuck, right? It's easy to get like functional freeze where you have so much time and you don't know what to do that you just like do nothing.
I would just fill my days. I go to the gym. You know those days on the
Yeah.
weekend where you get up, you go to the gym, you go eat, and you get home and somehow an entire day has passed.
Yeah.
Like that was my life for a
Yeah,
couple weeks.
really.
Just
Keeping
of
yourself
like,
busy.
yeah, you just get up, you like do your errands, you go work out, you make your meals,
Same shit.
hang
different
out.
way.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
somehow it takes an entire day. But again, that's the gym being such a
takes-
staple in my routine.
And it takes over like your life at that point. Like it's like such a like main focus, and like you've gone through it, and like
Yeah.
it's just one of those things that like your whole life is like centered around, and then it takes a lot to like take that away. Do you ever feel like it's too much for you? Like, do you think it's ever too much fitness that you're like it's encapsulating almost?
No.
No.
Interesting.
I don't think so personally, just because that's where my passion
Yeah.
is. Like the gym that I worked at back in Vancouver, we are more of a rehab. We were technically qualified as a rehab center. So we did a lot of work with people that were like post injury, surgery, chronic pain, chronic issues kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So a lot of what my background is very much like you're literally changing people's lives, people that have been in chronic pain for 30, 40 years, and you're able to help them and take away pain that they've been living with their entire life. So that part for me is just so rewarding. So I think that's, it feeds your soul in a
Yeah.
way that a normal PT doesn't
Yeah.
really. So that's the balance between like group class and then the one-on-one is like in the group class, you don't get to give that full undivided attention and really, help someone feel something like
Yeah.
so differently or make them walk out of that session like, oh my God, my
Yeah.
life changed today.
Because we have an interesting, there's almost like an interesting balance here where like you're all in, like teaching classes, obviously online, doing in-person personal training. You were all in, but more on the online side.
I was only
of
online. I
things.
did nothing in
But
person.
you've been taking a step back from
Yeah.
being all in on that. And I never went in on coaching or any of that stuff, but I've like bodybuilding trained for like 10 years now because I never wanted to lose kind of the passion for it. So it's interesting to hear your perspective that you find you're helping people.
But it's also, again, I did a bikini competition two years ago, and it so depends on what you are training for.
True.
And I fully burnt out on the bodybuilder
Yeah.
style training after that competition. Like I reversed out of it, but that whole process is just also so hard on you, both
Yeah.
physically and mentally.
I would never compete personally. I would never. I have so much respect for people who do, but like,
It's just hard.
oh my god,
hard.
oh my god,
So
you know too.
So much respect
Mo
for the
knows
people
all
that
too
can
well.
do that.
Like Mo's been in the regiment before. It's fucking hard.
Yeah, I was.
I've seen
I did a prep last year, and then I got hurt like 2 weeks before. So that
Dang,
was
I'm
it was like a
sorry.
4-week prep.
Yeah, Mo was in
It
it for a
was
while
fucked.
too, and to see
That's,
you get hurt before was fucking.
Yeah, I
hard.
literally got like assaulted like 2 weeks before
Yeah.
I was
Oh my
supposed to
God.
compete, and
Dang.
some guy like punched me in the neck. It was like it was at the gym too. It's a long story.
Oh my God. You have to tell me that one afterwards.
Good thing this is long
Yeah.
form. So
it was actually fucked. It was like I got kicked out of this gym because I was posing. So I was like maybe like 10 weeks out, and I was posing. It was like a Fit for Less it was like old Good Life that was converted into a Fit for Less. So it was like all Good Life equipment, but Fit for Less,
Yeah.
whatever. But they had a room, like an aerobics room that we would all pose in. Like all my friends competed or have like done something in bodybuilding, whatever. My brother is a competitor, so we would like pose in this room all the time and like never had a problem with it. This one guy had some fucking issues, so he like complained to the manager about it. I got a warning. I didn't listen because I was in prep and I don't care what anyone has
You
to
in
say.
prep, you don't care about anything.
did you? Actually, I'll let you finish the story.
There you go.
The story. Continue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then I didn't listen, so then I just did it again. And I went like posing. I'm like, fuck you. Like, you're not going to tell me what to do. So then I got another letter. I got an email saying like,
Letter? That's very official.
It should have been a letter, honestly. I would have respected it more. No, Fit for Less emailed me and was like, yeah, you're actually suspended for the next like 3 months. And I was like, okay, I don't give a fuck. Like,
Dang.
fuck
Oh, I
it.
thought you got banned.
No,
Like,
so I got
oh,
suspended.
Just a sussy.
I got suspended for 3 months, and then but I would still go there. So I had friends who worked at the front desk. So this is like a at that point, you know, when you're like competing, like you don't really have a life.
Your
Like,
entire life is the
No,
gym.
that's why I've never gotten into it because like it consumes every
Yeah.
aspect
Eat, sleep,
of
and
things.
breathe gym.
But I had friends who were like working at the front desk though. So I was like, I'm gonna go say hi to my friends. I don't care. And I would go in street clothes. So like they told me I couldn't use the facilities. I couldn't like work out there. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go in street clothes because like you're not gonna fucking yell at me and like I can't do anything. So I found out what guy it was that had told the fucking manager that I was like in my like posing trunks or whatever. I didn't care, but like it was just like weird. Like, why are you telling on me? Like, it was just like such a strange. So just don't say that word, but like it's just such a strange. It was just such a strange thing. And he was like older. He's like 40. Like, and I like knew this guy, so I was like, why wouldn't you just like come to me and talk to me about it instead of like going behind my back to some fucking manager? You know what I mean? So, anyways, I'm at the front desk. This guy walks in. He literally was like eyeing me down the entire time, and I haven't seen him in like 3 or 4 weeks. And my buddy who was working at the front desk got a text from the manager and was like, Mo's not supposed to be there. Like, tell him to leave. And I'm like, holy fuck! Like, there is no way that this guy is like this fucking pressed about it. So I turned around. I saw him. He was literally like on the treadmill, and like I was like 4 weeks out. So you know, like your energy levels are like at that point. I was doing 2.5 hours of cardio a day. And I was probably eating like 1,200 calories, and like I was like,
that's a
bro,
crazy deficit.
I was like
your size.
210 at that point.
You were so lean
and like lean. I was again like 4 weeks out, so I had I turned around, I'm like, dude, like, can we not just talk about this? Like, what's wrong with you?
One con away from crashing out.
Bro, he jumped off the treadmill and literally like he went to go shove me, but he missed and he hit me in the side of the neck instead. And it literally like pinched a nerve in my neck. All like I had like no feeling down my entire like left side of my body.
I remember you calling me after this
I
happened.
tripped out and I'm like,
me?
dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what is your problem? And apparently he crashed out because he said his daughter was with him at the gym or some shit the day that I was posing in there. Which like obviously if he would have came up to me and be like, yo, my daughter's here, like pull your fucking pants up.
Absolutely.
I would have had no issue with it and I would have respected it. I don't think it was real. Like I don't even remember seeing
I also
him
think
that day.
you're a fucking coward for just going to the front desk.
I'm not gonna like get into it because he's kind of scary. So I don't really want to talk shit.
Well, I don't know him, but I do think it's a
but-
coward move to not just if you don't like something, just go say it to the person.
Yeah,
why you go tattle on?
Nah,
the
dude, he's a
fucking
scary
gym?
dude. Like, he's got head tats and shit. I'm not trying to get into this beef again. But no, yeah. So like he like pushed me, whatever. So I got fucked up, and then like I couldn't compete after, and I like just started binge eating, and then I was like, yeah, I don't care about this anymore. But that was like it was scary. It was a scary
rough way
time.
for a
I remember
prep to
getting the
end.
call from you.
Yeah, I was
You were
tripping
like,
out.
yeah, I just got in a fight at the gym. I was like, huh, what?
Yeah, because he was like saying you're like a predator. I'm like, what the
I'm
fuck
pretty
is
sure I
wrong
was
with you?
I'm pretty sure I was in Florida. I remember this almost distinctly, standing outside of the building that I was at in Florida, and I just done a podcast with Greg for his business.
Oh, true.
Yeah, and you called me and you were like, oh yeah, this guy just like punched me like in the whatever.
He literally just punched me in the back. It was like the strangest thing ever. And he like went to shove me, but again, like I had no energy. The guy's like 250 pounds. Like he's a scary fucking dude, bro. Like he's not like a whatever. So I tripped out and I'm like running around. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I go to the cops. He hit me and fucking didn't do anything about it after. And we like kissed and made up. But yeah, that was like my like last prep experience, and I'll never do it again. I'll never do it again. It was like the worst. Like that like 20 weeks was so draining, and it just takes so much out of you, especially for like women too. Like being a bikini competitor is like next level.
Yeah, to get that lean as a woman is so unhealthy.
It's so dangerous.
And within the prep world, people know, like when you're going through this, if you have a good coach, like my coach was amazing. He was awesome. And if you have a good coach, you understand the risks of what you're doing. You understand what you're putting your body through, but a lot of it's so glamorized from the outside. And they're like, oh my God, they look pretty and they're sparkly
died
suits.
during her prep recently
all
at a show.
thin. And it's like, you don't understand what actually goes into looking like that.
Yeah.
And how unhealthy and unsustainable it is. So I think so many people go into it without the knowledge of understanding what they're actually getting into. And then if you have a bad coach, you don't know if they are, if they're actually coaching you properly or preserving any sort of hormonal balance or sanity for you.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Do you want to talk about some of like the side effects of like running a prep like that, especially like for women, like hair loss, like you lose your period, like all those things. Like it's
for people who want to get into it too, who like need to know the not so glamorous side
less
of it.
glamorous. So I think the main thing for women is the hormonal imbalance. Like I lost my period for 5 months.
Yeah.
And
Holy shit.
Yeah. Well,
That's
again, that was
crazy.
it was like 2 months pre, and then it took 3 months
To
post
come back. Yeah,
to come
okay.
back.
That makes
So
sense. Yeah.
it's, again, just because you're putting so much stress on your body and because your body fat percentage drops so low that your hormones just don't support a cycle. So I think a lot of people that do compete serially, they manage to maintain it. Again, if you have a good coach, and as your body adapts to each prep kind of gets easier from what I've seen, like my friends that do it again and again, each time they lean out a little bit quicker, they have a little bit easier time maintaining that hormonal balance throughout the process.
Yeah.
But for especially first time, and especially people going in that don't have a super solid foundation, if you haven't been training for 10 years, if you haven't been, people that just go in and then are trying to get super lean but have no muscle mass,
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't work.
No.
And people want that like lean toned look, but they don't understand how much muscle mass that actually requires.
Yeah.
Do you think that people, I don't even know how to put this. I don't think that people know the difference between being like lean and skinny. Do you get like, you get what I'm saying? 'Cause
Totally.
I feel like people all the time are like, I want to be skinny. I want to be skinny. It's like, no, you don't. I promise you, you don't want to be fucking skinny. You want to be lean.
Yeah.
You don't want to be
Correct.
skinny. So do you want to like go into that a little bit, maybe, especially as a coach now?
For sure. People, again, they equate being small with being skinny and with cardio. And, you know, the goal is to be small and lean, and they don't understand, like show someone, they're like, I want to look like this. It's like a lean toned physique. Again, they don't understand the amount of muscle mass that it requires to show through and maintain shape when you're lean like that.
Yeah.
So as we all know, women are so afraid of getting bulky. And I think the misconception, it's like, it's insulting to people that
It's like, I wish I was fucking
It's
bulky.
so hard to
I
get
wish
bulky.
it happened by accident.
It's
Are you
so hard to
kidding
get
me?
bulky.
Bro, I
Let's
wish I put
not
muscle
pretend.
on like that.
Let's
Yeah.
not
No.
pretend you're gonna wake up one morning and be like, "Oh shit, I
250.
got
No.
huge."
250.
It doesn't work like that.
Well, and especially genetically, like salvagely, Mo can attest, I'm very genetically like blessed to put on
Motherfucker,
muscle.
well, fuck this guy.
But
I'm genetically blessed.
but for
Brett,
no,
did you
for
hear
putting
this?
on muscle.
He goes, I'm genetically blessed. Shut the fuck up.
You know
I
it's
wanna
true.
fucking hear
You know
about
it's
I'm
true for
literally
putting on
blessed
built
muscle.
like
genetics.
an
dog.
You
athlete.
know it's
Shut
true
up.
for putting on muscle. No,
Fuck
you
off.
said it yourself too.
I don't wanna hear
You
about
said
this.
it yourself. I'm just
Get this
regurgitating the words that have
motherfucker
come out
off
of your
here.
mouth. Anyways, for a lot of people, it's so hard and so much work, and you might not have the body type to even get bulky.
Exactly.
So, like, it's a fear of something that like you probably can't even
probably
attain.
can never even achieve.
You can't even achieve, or it's going to take you so fucking long to get there. Like,
Exactly.
bulky. It's not like you pick up a dumbbell and all of a sudden you're like, oh, look at me, I'm out of the shorts
Listen,
and I'm
unless you're
walking
like
around
five,
the beach.
unless you're like
Exactly.
5'3", bro, I'll tell you that. My brother is like a perfect example of that. Bro, my brother's like 5'3". Shout out Chach, but my brother's 5'3". He's a bodybuilder. He's like he's a
Is he
fucking,
actually 5'3"?
yeah, bro. My brother's short. He's like
Yeah,
5'3",
I know he's
5'3".
short, but I didn't
he's a
realize-
short
yeah.
fucking king though. He's like,
yeah.
bro, he's like 5'3", 5'4", like 230. Like,
He's a
no joke, bro.
Dense
I swear
boy.
to God, no joke. And I swear to God, he like he was lifting for like maybe like 2 or 3 years, and he was like consistently like getting wider and like more dense than I ever could. Like,
Yeah.
And I'm not like that much taller. Well, I am, but like not like. Not like that much taller than him. And he's like, he'll put on muscle like the way that women think that they're putting on muscle
By picking up a dumbbell.
Overnight.
picking up a lift, like a weight. Yeah, it's funny. Have you seen like a difference between like the bodybuilding culture and then like workout class culture? Because girls are so like, it's so opposite sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, I mean, very much. Again, I've literally never been to a Pilates class in my life.
Really?
I'm terrified.
I think you're the only girl.
I would get
I know, in the whole
humbled
city
so
of Toronto.
violently in a Pilates class.
No, I
I'm gonna
think
tell
you'd
you
be
that
fine.
right now.
I think
feel like you'd
Pilates
be
is a cult
fine.
now.
No.
What?
Pilates is a cult now in this city.
It's just like,
It's a cult. Every girl is like, oh, I go to Pilates like 6 days a week.
Pilates is huge. It's been
yeah.
it's been such a trend in
Yeah.
the last little while. Everyone's into Pilates, but no, I've never been a class person. I've always just done my own thing.
Yeah.
So I think both are great. I think for people that they have literally an hour, squeeze it in, they need to get in their activity, they want a
Yeah.
good sweat, they want a good burn. Great, amazing. Get in
Yeah.
a class. Anything is better than nothing. But if people are really trying to build a specific physique or have physique goals that they're working towards, class is not how you get there.
no.
Right? Like if you're wanting to build your glutes, you're wanting to have more shape, you're wanting to actually specifically, change your body, you have to hypertrophy training. You have to be resistance and weight training for that.
Yeah. Can we talk about diet too and how important that is for
Yes,
stuff?
please.
Because I feel
No,
like
I'm gonna feel ashamed.
I've heard
I don't wanna-
but I've
I don't
heard
wanna
so
talk
many
about my
girls who are like,
diet right
oh,
now,
like
bro.
they go to these classes all the time, but they don't eat.
Yes.
And they're like,
or,
oh, like,
That's like their dream, though.
Yeah.
It's like wake up, coffee, cigarette,
Yeah.
Pilates.
But how much
go
of a
home,
difference it makes? Like
salad.
you said, if you want to grow
Huge.
your
Done.
glutes, like you
Where
want
it's like, yeah, that's literally my fucking dream. She's like, I did that last Monday.
yeah.
best day.
But not eating enough actually puts your body into shock too. There's like a balance, right? And I feel like that's
Absolutely.
important knowledge that a lot of people, nutrition, even more than fitness, is like people don't understand
100%
how it
and
works,
how
the importance of
closely
it.
interlinked they are.
Yeah.
And you can train 7 days a week and
Interlinked.
kill yourself. But if you're not eating properly, you will not make progress simply because you're not giving your body the nutrients it needs
Yeah.
to actually build muscle.
I feel like girls
Or
need to
recover
this is like a
properly.
very
The hummus and
important thing.
crackers ain't building those glutes, honey. I'm sorry.
Oh, you need that
Honey?
chicken.
Sorry.
You're talking
Hummus.
about honey?
Hummus.
Hummus?
Hummus and crackers ain't
Hummus.
building those glutes, honey. You gotta get your protein
Hummus.
up. You gotta
Yeah.
get your carbs up. Get your healthy fats up.
It's so easy
Eat
for girls.
food.
Because like your protein intake is like nothing.
Oh, a potato. Like
Well,
Bro,
it's
fuck.
Potatoes
it's
compared
all
to guys.
it's all
Relative.
Relative,
yeah, it's all
yeah.
relative for your body weight, right? Like it's
Yeah.
you're recommended 1 to 1.5 grams per pound that you weigh.
For
It's
girls?
for everybody, for
Is it? Well,
anybody
I thought
that
it
is
was
weight
point-
training.
I thought it was
It's
like
way-
0.8 grams of protein.
I thought it was
per
way
pound.
less. Like
Yeah.
every girl I've ever coached, I've had it like way less. I've had
Yeah.
it like 0.7 to like 0.9.
That's
Again,
what I
coaching
usually.
varies so much.
It's
Everyone
valid.
has their
Yeah.
own belief. I always recommend 1 gram.
That's a lot. That's good.
One. And
1 gram
I
is pretty.
I eat more than that. Like I hit 170 grams a day, and
God bless.
I weigh 140. So
That's good.
it's like again, it's you get to choose your macro breakdown. Not all macros are created equal.
True. That's very fair.
And I prefer to have a higher protein diet because again, your body has a harder time storing protein as fat. And it goes to recovery and it goes to building muscle. And so I don't have any issue. I don't even think about getting in my protein a day. I just do.
just eat.
It's just how I eat. I eat the same thing every single day.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I feel that.
What
It's
about-
just
I feel
normal.
What about cheat meals? Are you like a enthusiast? Or you?
Oh yeah. I mean,
sure.
I'm
What's your favorite?
I'm a sucker for a good burger. Like I
It's the
love a
most
burger and
bodybuilding
fries.
fucking answer I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Every bodybuilder ever. Okay, I love my
Have you
burger
tried
and
any- have you tried any
fries.
good burger spots in Toronto yet? There's some good ones.
There's I can't remember what it's Mayday Burger is right by my place.
Mayday burger.
It's actually quite good. I've had that
I haven't
one.
tried that one yet.
But again, I really yes, I like cheat meals, but it's not like a go all out overboard, eat everything on the
Yeah.
menu. It's more like, oh, like friends invited me out for dinner on a Saturday.
I get that.
That's my free meal.
Fair.
Great. So again, it's like you go out, you enjoy whatever with whoever, but it's not like waiting all week for Friday night when I know I'm gonna order the
Yeah.
entire McDonald's menu
That's
kind
me.
of
Yeah,
thing.
that's Bo. So that's you Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Fuck,
Monday.
man. I've been like
sometimes Tuesday.
My diet. You know what? I did it for so long that I just don't care. at
Fat,
this
fat,
point.
fat,
I'm
fat,
like,
fat,
I
fat,
literally,
fat,
that's
fat,
all that goes
fat,
through my
fat,
head. Every
fat.
time I look at the McDonald's menu, I'm like, fat, 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 fuck. Okay, give me a Big Mac. I don't care.
You know what? Last night I had noodles with butter when I got home from the bar. I was like,
Noodles and butter is
it's
elite. I'll
fire.
give you
I know.
that.
I've gone on the girl
Oh.
diets lately. I know. I've gone
Little
on the
sea
girl
salt
meals
on
lately.
top.
It's so good.
You what? You had a girl
The
meal?
girl
girl dinner.
meals
It's a
lately.
girl dinner.
Yeah, I've
Is
been
that
on
a
the-
girl dinner?
Yeah,
girl dinner
the
is like-
noodles with butter is a
Hey,
girl
that's
dinner
really
for
girl dinner.
sure.
Or like 6 grapes
for
and
sure. Yeah.
3 olives and then a piece of dark chocolate and then a
A shot
handful
of
of
vodka.
One cracker with some hummus and some noodles with butter. I'm like, shit, we're eating good tonight, baby.
That's hilarious.
You seen those Uber Eats surcharges lately? Holy fuck.
Gotta get on DoorDash. Never Uber Eats. I'm off that completely.
Yeah, it's crazy.
DoorDash has been my
crazy.
best fucking friend lately.
You're like, here's my $28 meal that somehow
Yeah.
now costs $72 on Uber Eats. I'm like, who's the other 40 for? Like, where is this going?
Where is this going?
It's just evaporating. Yeah.
So Vancouver to Toronto, what's like I don't even know. Like if we're gonna do let's do like 5 things comparatively between the two. Have you like spent enough time here you think you could give like comparisons?
If somebody
somebody were to give you like questions, like I have like a few questions. I feel
You
like.
can try. We'll see if I have answers.
Okay, so fashion from Toronto to Vancouver, which one do you like better?
Oh, Toronto, absolutely.
Okay.
Vancouver, I'm not to
Gotta go,
roast
yeah.
Vancouver, but Vancouver has 0 style.
Gorp core.
Yeah.
0.
it's
Just
straight
everyone's
core.
in their Lululemons and sneakers every single day.
Lululemon, Arc'teryx, Patagonia.
Yeah, very like outdoors.
But I feel like
sporty.
that's like translating here though. Like it's very
It
much
is,
like,
but you still see people out like actually dressed well and
Yeah.
with just more style here. And Vancouver, few and far between. It's
Okay.
much more lacking. Like I've had to coming here, I was like, okay, I gotta
New wardrobe.
actually like, and just like think about it and like make a bit of effort. I'm not just throwing on the first pair of leggings and hoodie that I
Fair.
see
Yeah.
in the morning because it's sitting there, and so yeah, I would
Okay.
say
Yeah.
So fashion, and then food scene here in Vancouver.
I haven't eaten out a ton here yet, but both good, just different. Again, Vancouver has so much, like, the Asian culture in Vancouver is so strong. So there's
True.
so much like good, authentic Chinese, Japanese, Korean food,
Yeah.
like sushi. You can find good sushi on any corner in Vancouver. Here, I haven't had sushi once because I'm
What?
just,
Really?
yeah, I just,
That's
again,
crazy.
I think, I don't know. It's not something that I jump to here.
Really? Okay.
So
The burgers are here for you.
yeah, we got a good burger.
So Vancouver then wins for food.
I can't give you a good answer on that yet because I haven't tried enough places here yet. Ask me in a year and I'll tell you.
Ask you in a year, okay. And then what about gym culture here in Vancouver?
Different.
Toronto's weird with gym.
Very different. Toronto is, I want to say, it's more like open. There's so many trainers here that coach at like 6 different places. That's so normal. And in Vancouver, that's very not normal. It's like if you work in one place, you work there. You know, there's much more, it's more competitive. It feels like less collaboration, less kind of team vibe in the fitness culture. And here it feels like, oh, there's room for all. Like you guys work together, you're putting on this event together. You have coaches that work here and here. So yeah, I just think here is more collaborative, a little bit more open, a little bit more relaxed, and like we all win together instead of
Interesting.
if you win, we can't.
Oh, okay. You
Is-
feel like it's like more like that. there,
Yeah,
right?
Vancouver is just it feels a bit more competitive, and like no, if other people are winning, that means that you're not, so you can't collaborate in the
no.
same
so-
way.
So you find there's more community and things in Toronto than
Yes.
in Vancouver.
I feel you never hear
Interesting.
that.
I've heard it's really hard to make friends in Vancouver if you just like move there. Like,
No, I
people
meant like
are
I-
super close.
I feel like
off.
nobody ever speaks highly of Toronto like that, like from a community perspective.
Again, that's just what I've
I
experienced
actually
since
think that
coming here.
there's good community here. It just
yeah,
takes
but
a while
now,
to
if you would
like
have
build it.
if I would have said that to you a year ago, you wouldn't have said that. You would have disagreed.
Yeah, I know. It took. I had to make a conscious effort to try and build more community here, but it is here. You just have to make an effort. It's not just going to
have to
show
try,
up
right. You have
on
to
your
get out of the
doorstep.
house and-
You're also in like it's the 3rd biggest city in North America.
Exactly.
Of course, it's going to take some effort to build a community because everyone here is so locked in on trying to survive. That they're not just like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
look at this human standing here. They should be my friend.
Yeah.
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 And then nightlife. But like I know you haven't really gone out here. So
Yeah, I haven't gone out, so I don't know. I mean, Vancouver nightlife is notorious for being bad.
is it actually?
Oh yeah, I mean,
What about the Roxy?
don't get me started on the Roxy.
What the fuck is
If
the
you
Roxy?
if you want to see a 35-year-old live streaming whatever cover band is playing whatever
Wait, that kinda sounds
top
fun.
hit, the Roxy is the place for
Yeah, the
you.
Roxy's
She's
the-
having the
Roxy's
best
the
night of her
spot.
life, and I'm wondering what I'm doing there on the sticky carpet. I
Roxy's
don't.
the spot.
Sticky carpet. It's
Yeah.
a little strange.
I'm not.
Roxy's,
I'm
like,
not a country.
notoriously-
I'm not a country fan
Yeah.
either. So
It's just a
doesn't-
notorious
it is.
notorious Vancouver spot.
I think it half burnt down a while ago. if I'm remembering that
What, were
correctly.
people
Something
line dancing
happened.
so hard they burnt the floor down?
Maybe.
Never know.
You never know
Never
there.
fucking know.
You don't know what you're walking into
Yeah.
there, that's for sure.
All right. Well, I think that's all the questions like we have. Thank you so much for coming on. We always like finish off the podcast with like a story that we want to like give to your grandkids. That's the whole like concept of it. So it's either a story, life lesson, whatever you want. You can pick any of the cameras and
Something you'd want your grandkids
Yeah.
to hear one day.
Oh gosh, that's
you
a
have them.
loaded
If not-
question. I guess a story or a story or a message.
either a story or like a lesson, like anything you want to like just pass on that you like would want somebody to know about.
I guess a lesson would be that I'm kind of working on learning right now is if you lean in and commit to anything 100%, you won't fail. If you really give it your all
I agree with that.
and you just keep on trying, it'll happen. So I think if there's something that you really want, and you're afraid of failing and you're afraid of making a change or a move, it's however much commitment you pour into it that will determine its success. So
Wow, that's nice. That's really good. Well, thanks again for coming on.
Thank you
really
for having me,
appreciate
guys.
Do you want to
it.
plug your
Appreciate it.
socials too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Instagram HNicholFit. You'll see me with my little Unity tags there and highlights and anything else. I'm not super active on TikTok. Is Hazel Nichol, but don't go look there.
No, you're what? You you coach at Unity, you do online coaching as well
Yes,
as
correct.
teaching classes. So if somebody wants to work with you, there's a couple different ways.
Lots of options.
Yeah.
Hit me up on Instagram.
you'll
We'll
get
chat
them-
and figure
you'll
out
get
what's
them
the
swole
best
as
fit.
fuck.
There you go. All right.
Yoked.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.